there's no feedback. Awesome, guys. Now I'm going to get a couple of people to speak tonight. I'm super fired up for that. But before we do, and this is only going to be a short call, some of you are asking, what is ATM? Now, we've been involved in trading, building a business through trading, and we've really kind of been building our mindsets over the past, I'd say probably about 15 years now. Yeah. And, you know, we wanted to create a group with an end goal in sight. Now, everyone on this call, you're probably looking for a change right now. You're probably lacking motivation. Maybe you think you're lacking the skills needed to succeed. And what we found in our time in business, that in order for anyone on this call to achieve what they want, whether it's financial freedom, whatever it is, you know, you need to create some sort of asset. You know, the wealthiest people that I know, the most successful people that I know that have time, have assets. Those assets provide passive residual income. And, you know, I know people that have got high paid jobs that don't have time. So it's not about money, it's about creating freedom. And, you know, assets do provide passive residual income for you. So you can go and achieve what your goals and your dreams are. Forget about the money. You have the time and freedom to do that with the security from your assets. But we know that from what we've learned over the past few years, that in order to get into, you know, building assets, you need money. Guys, you know, things are getting difficult right now with the economy, the way the markets are, you know, job security, a thing of the past. And it's time that people need to wake up and learn a new skill. And the skill of trading came to us, you know, just a couple of years ago. And it's a skill that we're learning every single day. But by God, you know, we love it. You know, there's people on the call right now who are making money every single day from trading. I know there's quite a few of us on this call that we all made money together at 7:45 a.m. this morning. It took us 15 minutes. And we want you guys to be able to understand that you can do that as well. But in order to be successful at trading, you need to have a rock solid mindset, guys. Mindset is 95% plus when it comes to being successful in trading. Anyone can learn the skill of trading. You need to understand that your mindset needs to be rock solid. And a lot of people, you know, this is why we created ATM. Assets, trading, and mindset. You're going to hear this a lot, guys. You're going to see this all over the place, because these are the three fundamentals which we're going to be teaching you, which we're going to be sharing with you. And there's people on this call right now who are having a lot of success, people who inspire us as well. And we are a community. Myself and Nikki, we're no better than anybody on this call. We're growing just like you. But the one thing that we may have in terms of what some people who are new to this call that don't have yet is the mindset to succeed. You know what? I was reading a statistic earlier that the average toddler here in the UK hears the word no 400 times per day. I've been there. I've said that, you know, and the average 18-year-old has heard the word no, or you can't do this, or no, you can't do this, probably close to 100,000 times by the time they're 18 years old. So it's no wonder that when we grow up to become adults, by the age of 30, most of us have stopped dreaming. Most of us have stopped dreaming. And guys, it's not our fault. It's probably the environment that we're in. You know, there's no school that teaches you to dream. They don't teach you at school, never give up on your dreams. You know, I remember when I was a young lad, I used to run around the garden with my Superman suit on, thinking I could be, you know, a superhero. But the thing is, I never stopped dreaming. I never stopped dreaming. And I want you guys to understand now that you might have dreamt big before, but maybe you're a bit embarrassed to talk to people about your dreams because they just don't get it. They're probably of a negative mindset. They're of that old school upbringing where you need to wake up and get a proper job and stop, you know, you need to look for, you know, start thinking of things that are more realistic. But guys, I'm here to tell you right now that if you want success, you need to dream bigger and better than ever before. I don't know what Tim and Alan do right there. Something's tickled their fancy, you know, and I want to be at that party. You guys are in Cyprus right now, and it seems like you're having an absolute blast. It's probably because you're making pips from it every single day. And for those that are trading, you know what we're on about, guys. But I want us all to focus, yeah, because this is a super, super important call. Today is all about mindset, okay? I want you to tell you, I don't want you to hold yourself back. I want you to know that you're capable of anything that you put your mind to. Whatever your goals have been prior to this, cross it out. Because your goals, I'm telling you now, I don't know half of you, but your goals just aren't big enough. You should only be sharing your goals with people that are on a similar path with you. If I shared my goals right now to my sister, who's a doctor, she would laugh at me and try and give me a reality check. The reason I do what I do is because I stepped out of that box and became an entrepreneur very early on. She's a doctor, a GP, earns a great salary, and she doesn't understand that why myself and Nikki, we work from home, we travel where we want, we have freedom, and we earn more money than she does because we took the decision to become entrepreneurs rather than be in the system, in the matrix, working for the next 50 to 60 years. I'm here to tell you guys that, you know, the matrix is real. We are being conditioned. Yeah. We're conditioned not to dream. We're conditioned to stay within the parameters of which society has set among us. And it's going to get harder and harder. And this group has been created for people that want to dream, people that want to become better versions of themselves. Okay. So we're going to be doing these calls every single Monday. This is your fix of motivation. If you've had a bad day, you know that Monday is the day where you get fed with information. Because with society, with your friends, with your people around you, you know, your mind right now is probably black and dirty. I want you to imagine that your mind right now could be full of coffee. It's dirty liquid. And our job on these Mondays is to pour glasses of water into your mind every single Monday. And literally over time, that dirty water will become clear. And when your mind is clear, you can attack the world the next day with whatever you want. And when people tell you to stop dreaming, you can literally walk straight through them. You don't pay attention to those people anymore because we're walking alongside you and we're all reaching our goals together. Okay, guys? So I'm done speaking now. I want to introduce the first speaker. There's two guys that I want you to hear from tonight. These guys are very special to me, people that I learn a lot from. These guys are brothers, and we're building an incredible community. These guys are having a lot of success. I'm not going to talk about their individual success in business, but what I do know is these guys never stop dreaming. These guys' mindset is rock solid because they've put in the work. I'm sure they would agree with me now before they even speak that the best education that they have ever received is the education that they received after school, after university. These are things that usually, guys, when we're 16 to 18, we stop learning. Some of the smart kids will go to university, but those university degrees, guys, let's be honest, 90% of them aren't worth the paper they're written on, because by the time they've completed their degree, the information has completely changed and they need to redo it again to keep up to date. Okay, guys? But the education starts for a lot of you tonight. The education starts right now, and you need to be around the right people. Okay, guys? So the first guy I'm going to introduce is Mr. Jim Lambert, all the way from Scotland up there. I can see him top right there. He's ready to go. He's standing up. He's got his Pips and Profits t-shirts on. Do you know what, Jim? I know we had a conversation earlier. You know, you're very passionate about helping people succeed, and you studied mindset and motivation. You know, you've been around great people all of your life, and that's just testament to the success you're having right now and the people you're helping. So, Jim, I'm going to hand over to you just to kind of open up this conversation, talk a little bit about what you can, you know, what you've learned and what you can share. And then I'm going to hand over to our superstar, Tim, at the end to close off the call, guys. But so, Jim, are you there, mate? If you can unmute yourself.
Yep, should be unmuted.
You are, mate. Okay, so the stage is yours, bro. I've got a pen and paper here ready to learn from you, so let's go.
That's good. Right. Tonight is the first one I'm going to be talking about goal setting. Now, I just get right into things. I don't rabbit on. So in 1954, Yale University, when all their top fourth-year graduates were leaving, decided to give them a questionnaire. And this questionnaire varied from, are you vegan? Are you vegetarian? Do you eat meat? Do you exercise? Where do you see your life going? Do you live at home? Do you live on your own? Every single aspect of their life, present and future, was questioned. And one of the questions they asked was, do you set goals? And then the next question they asked was, if you set goals, do you write them down? Now, 20 years after that, in 1974, they decided to do the same thing again. And then someone said, no, wait a minute. We did this 20 years ago. We don't know the results. We've never, ever gone back and found out the results. So let's trace everybody from 20 years ago and find out the results they had. So it took them 2 years. The people, all the graduates had spread all over the world. Some had died. They were everywhere and anywhere. So 2 years later, they got all the results. And what they found was in 1954, they found that of all the people who had goals, only 4% had written them down. So in 1974, when they went back and they traced all these people, they discovered that the 4% of people who had wrote their goals down were worth more and earned more than the 96% of people who had never written their goals down. And that was a mind-blowing example of things that we didn't know. And these people, these 4% had the 96% working for them, so the 4% could achieve their goals, rather than the 96% people waiting and working on their own goals. So what are the rules of goal setting? Most people know what goals are, and they know the rules. And there's always two words that are used in goal setting, wherever you go throughout the world. And the words are, if you're setting goals, they have to be realistic and they have to be achievable. And that is a myth. That is a myth. Because realistic and achievable means if you don't achieve it, then that's fine. And people become disillusioned. How many people setting realistic, achievable goals actually achieve them? How many people on a Monday morning jump up and go, yes, it's Monday. I'm going to achieve my realistic, achievable goal today. Yes, I am empowered. No, they don't. I want to talk about Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg won an Oscar. She was the first Black woman to win an Oscar, because up to that point in time, it was pretty well always saved for white people, which is wrong. It wasn't to do with acting, it was to do with colour. And when she won that Oscar, the whole audience went wild. They stood up, they were clapping, they were cheering, they were high-fiving her or giving her hugs. And she walked up on stage and she was handed that Oscar, and she stood and she was holding it, she was hugging it, and she was shaking. She was shaking, and she looked down and a tear dropped onto that Oscar. And she looked at it and she gave away the secret. She looked at it and she said, I've dreamed about this all my life. All my life. So to come away from her for a wee minute, there's a thing called comfort zones. Most people know what a comfort zone is. Comfort zone is a very, very powerful subconscious force that keeps you where you are. If you're here and you drop a way down, your life goes to pot, your subconscious will get to work to pull you back up to where it's comfortable. And the opposite, if you take off and you do really, really well, your subconscious will pull you back down into that comfort zone. And it will keep you in there. Comfort zones exist because of two main things: self-esteem and current realities. Self-esteem and current realities mean you are who you are, you do what you do, you have what you have because you think it. That's all. You think it. And your self-esteem and current realities will keep you in that comfort zone. And nothing will change until you get uncomfortable to burst out of that comfort zone. So going back to Whoopi Goldberg, in her words, she was black and she was ugly. She lived in a ghetto in abject poverty, and she was bad, to say the least, at schoolwork. She had nothing going for her, absolutely nothing. And at that point, there had never, ever been a black actor who had won an Oscar. And her dream was a way up there, and she was a way down there. It was the most extreme you could get. So imagine an expert in goal setting had came and said, "Hello, little girl, come on, I'll help you. I will help you set goals, and we will make them realistic and we will make them achievable." Where do you think she'd be now? Do you think she would have been standing up on stage holding an Oscar? No. What would have been a realistic, achievable goal? She might have got a boyfriend. She might have got a basic income job. You know, she wouldn't have been anywhere near where she lived and where she became a superstar. So what you have to do with goals, if you want to achieve massive growth, you have to break out of a comfort zone. And if your realistic, achievable goals just there, it's not going to do anything. If it's up there, your subconscious is in trouble because it's going, no, wait a minute. Your dream's up there and we're down here. That doesn't make sense. You know, we're away over here and your goal's away over there. It doesn't make sense. And your subconscious will work to pull these together. It will start to bring people, attract people towards you. The universe will guide you. Signs will appear. But there's one question you cannot ever ask. And if you ask it, it will destroy your dream. If anyone, most people will ask you this question because they don't want you shooting away up there and they're still down here. They want to drag you back to their current reality. They're jealous. They don't want to see you grow because it embarrasses them because they are not growing. So the question you never, ever ask is why, is how, because it will destroy your dream instantly. The question you do ask is why? Why do I want this? Why do I want a better future? What's it going to give to me? You ask why, and what that does is that builds desire. And the more you desire it, the more things will start to happen. More signs will appear, more people will appear. The universe will start guiding you continually. And the last question, well, I've got two questions. This hangs in my office. So my thing is, if your dreams don't scare you, they aren't big enough. So my question to you is, how big is your goal? Thank you. Thank you, Andy.
Mate,
Thank you,
that was
Vicky.
awesome, bro. You know, thank you so much, mate. You know what? I love it. Super cool, mate. And only you, mate, could, you know, put a sign over your neck and get away with it, mate. You know, and you know, thank you so much for that, mate. I learned a lot,
Thank you.
actually. I didn't know about those stats from the studies. And one thing that you touched on, which is super important about the environment, and you want to come here and people pull you down. It reminds me of that, the flea in the jar analogy. I don't know if any of you know this, but, you know, quite a few of you are probably fleas right now. Because if you take some fleas and put them in a jar, they'll jump out. They'll jump out and they'll just go crazy. But as soon as you put a lid on that jar, they'll keep bouncing off the lid on the inside. And over a period of time, they'll just get used to that. And that lid is creating an environment for them that they cannot push through. So over a long period of time, it becomes normal to the fleas. So when you take the lid off, it's amazing. Even though they can jump out, they continue to stay within the parameters of the jar. And that's not me making this up, guys. This is a study that's been done. You know, so a lot of us right now are fleas. And this is the paradigm that we probably need to shift. You know, we need to have that self-belief and understand that it's that thought process which is enabling us, which is probably stopping us right now from jumping out of our jar. So there are people that want you to keep in that jar with them because they're just doing normal things. You know who those people are in your life. The people that don't dream, the people that complain, the people that go online and just complain about everything on Facebook, that don't like to see each other succeeding. How many friends do you know who, if you're trying to do something new, like start a new business, they won't congratulate you. But as soon as you said you got a new job, they're like, whoa, that's amazing. Congratulations. That's so good. You know, people don't want you to succeed. They want you to stay where they're staying. And that's one of the main reasons that people actually go on Facebook. Did you know that? One of the main reasons people go onto Facebook is just to check that everyone is doing exactly what they're doing and they're still here living the day-to-day life and no one's going above and beyond. But this group is a group of people that do want to step above and beyond. So we need to jump out together, guys. We jumped out of our jar a long time ago and people still say that it was the worst decision we ever made. But guess what? They're still jumping around. And by us jumping out of that jar, we met people like you, Jim. We met people like Dan. We met people like Tim and Alan. And there's no better person for me to bring on now than Tim. He's getting himself thirsted up there with his water, you know, and he's an absolute superstar. He's living the lifestyle, guys, in Cyprus right now. He's an avid golfer. I think he's, you know, he's in the top 250 amateurs worldwide from what I last checked online, mate. So I'm looking forward to coming over there and spending some time with you. But what I do know about Tim is that he's a kick-ass trader. And guys, this group is about trading. Yeah, we're going to build your mindset. But for those that are in this group right now, just watching, that aren't part of our system, we're jumping on calls every single day, making 1 to 2% a day on our money, and it's growing. So guys, you need to stay in this environment. You stay in long enough and you just watch, not your mind grow, but watch your bank balance grow as well. And I know that Tim has studied the art of motivation, personal development, and goal setting is something that's super big and important to him. So Tim, I want to hand over to you in Cyprus. I'm super jealous, even though the sun's out here today, it's nowhere near what you guys are like. I'm loving your tan, mate, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. This call's almost done now, but you know, I really want to end with the superstar that is Tim. So Tim, the stage is yours, brother.
Andy, thank you very much, mate. It's an absolute pleasure and an honour to be sitting here talking to you and giving me time to tell everyone about my story and where I'm at right now. So, as you say, Andy, my name's Tim. I live in Cumbria in near the Lake District. I'm just over in Cyprus at the moment, visit my best mate Alan, who had a goal. He set his goal. He's achieved one of his goals, and now he's living in Cyprus, living the dream. Today we've had an absolute fantastic day. We sat on the call this morning. We set our charts up. We then got onto the call. We made our money, and then we've gone out to play golf. And if that's not living the dream, I don't know what is. But the reason why I'm here talking tonight is it isn't just about the trading aspect. It's about where you want to be, what you want to do, what your purpose is, why you get out of bed. So a little bit about my story. It hasn't all been plain sailing. In fact, it's been absolutely horrific at times. And actually, it's quite up really. Be 4 years tomorrow that I actually lost my wife. She passed away 4 years ago tomorrow. And obviously, as I say, life's like a roller coaster and a game of snakes and ladders. And I was up there. I had a business. I employed 70 people. I thought I'd made it. I had everything possible. But by the flick of a light switch, my life was absolutely, at the time, destroyed. And I thought, how do I get back from this? How do I get to where I was from where I'm at? And this is my story, really. Number one, I've got a little dog called Marley, and that's all I had at the time. When I lost Lindsay, that's all I had. When I had all these people around us, but when I went back home and shut that door, I was just on my own, and it was a lonely, lonely place. So we've probably all got dogs, and the little dogs, all they do is they just wag their tails, and they're always happy. Every single day, your dogs are always happy. And this is really, when you look at life, why can't all human beings just be like a dog? Just wag their tail and just be happy. And what I decided from that day when I lost Lindsay was, I want to be happy, I want to be healthy, and I want to become wealthy. And bit by bit, I started building my life back up. And I went down the spiritual path, and me and Alan, we went down the Reiki route, just finding ourselves and understanding what life is all about. And basically, everybody is in the rat race of life, stressed to the max. They need as much money as they possibly can to survive, arguing, falling out with the partners, all these low vibration words. And when you look at it, you think, that isn't life. Life shouldn't be like that. We're not put on this planet to be like that. We should be put on this planet to live every single moment as happy as we possibly can. So how do you do that? Well, what I've done is, bit by bit, I've weaned away the negative people who's in my life. People who say, Tim, you can't do that. You can't become a trader. You can't become a 3.6 golfer, handicap golfer. You can't have a nice life. You can't be happy. Why are you happy? Well, I can be happy, and this is exactly what this group has been formed. This isn't by chance. This is, everything happens for a reason. All these people on this call have been invited, and they've been invited because everybody wants to help each other. My purpose in life is I want to help people. It's not about the money. It's not about, people say about the trade and then it's a scam and this and that and t'other, but that's just the people's paradigms. You touched on that, Andy, about paradigms. Paradigms is a habit that's been formed in your subconscious mind by your parents and by people as you've grown up. Paradigms can be good, but most of them are bad and negative. And this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get shot of all that negative, stressful, low vibration words. All my mates are saying to me, Tim, what's happening with you? You're going around the twist. You're having a midlife crisis. You're saying about love and being happy and being kind and being joyful. That isn't going around the twist. That's being aware, and that's finding my inner self. And what I want to do is whatever person I come in contact with, I want to leave them, when they leave me, thinking, what a nice, positive, happy lad he is, from where he's been to where he's at now. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. I was nearly down and out, but you know what? I just rolled them up. I got round the right people, and Andy and Nikki have come into our life. We met Nikki in Prague last year. with Alan, and she's just a pure art of gold. We call her the angel. Me and Alan call her the angel because she's ultimately an angel. She's just there for everybody. She helps everybody. She never has a bad word to say anybody. She never calls anybody. And these are the type of people we need to be around. People who talk about people being negative, being horrible, just complaining, they're not the type of people I want to be around. I'm never nasty to them. I'll listen to them. I can give them advice. I give them guidance. But if I don't want to take it on board, I just slowly and just walk away. They don't even know I've walked away. I've got out of the company because I don't want to bring my vibration down. Every single morning, I've got a routine. All the most successful people in the world have a routine. I get up early in the morning. My routine is I get up, I write 10 things down I'm grateful for every single day. Now, if you take nothing away from this call tonight, just think about this one. Wake up in the morning, get a bit of paper and write 10 things you're grateful for down every single day. When you write them things down, it gives you a buzz. I'm talking about this now, I've got hackles on the back of my neck because it truly and utterly sets you up for the day. I don't look at that. Everybody wakens up and looks at the phone first thing in the morning. I do not. Because what it does, if there's any negative news on that, it programs me for the rest of the day. So I don't do it. I don't do it. I have a routine. I get up, sing every single morning, half 4. My mate said, Tim, what are you doing getting up at that time of morning? Well, this is why. If you get up 2 hours early every single morning for a year, for 1 year, that means you're on this planet alive and look at everything that's going around you for 1 extra month. And when you look at that stat, that is unbelievable. When these people are waking up at 9 and 10 o'clock, half the day is gone. Half the day is gone. Because in the morning, when everything's nice and calm and peaceful, you see lots of more things. And this is what we need to be doing. We need to be more aware of what's going on in life. And as I say, I'm just truly and utterly grateful that I'm a part of this team. I'm part of this team. I'm studying now. I'm 5 months into a personal development mentorship course. And again, my mates are saying, Tim, what are you doing that for? You're successful. You know, everybody likes you. You know, you switched on. I'm not. I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to be out of my comfort zone. Because things I do now, I'm out of my comfort zone, but that's how we grow. I don't want to be part of a pool of water, a pond that's stagnant. I want to be on the river where it's flowing, where there's energy. And then we come off to a little stream and see what's going on there. If we don't like it, we move on. But I don't want to be part of a stagnant pond. And with Alan now, I've come over. He asked us to come over to help him and tutor him on the trading. And guys, I'm nowhere near the real deal, but I've got a passion that I want to be a trader. I've set a goal card on my goal cards. On my goal cards, it says that I will be a profitable trader and I will be earning £2,000 a week minimum off trading. Now, there's a guy on here, Dan, who I've just got in contact with this week, and I know me and him's going to get on like a house on fire because he's a master trader. I want to be around people like Dan. I can't become what I need to be if I'm not getting taught or being around the right-minded people. And they always say, Arnold Schwarzenegger says, in life, you've got to get off your butt and work your butt off. You can't be lazy. You never listen to the naysayers. He says, Arnold, you won't be Mr. Universe. You won't be a superstar in the film industry, and you won't be the governor of California. Well, he said to the naysayers, well, actually, I'm going to be, and that's what he done. He set his goals and he made his goals. But really, goals are just stepping stones to the big goal. We've got to be the dream. We've got to imagine. We've got to visualize and imagine everything we do. I went on the golf course today with Alan, and every single shot, I don't think about my backswing. I imagine where the ball's going to go, where it's going to end up. And now, what happened today? Played absolutely awesome.
It's 1-1.
It's 1-1. It's 1-1.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was standing on one of the tee boxes, pinching myself, looking around and thinking, what have I done to deserve this? We've met two guys playing today, super unbelievable businessmen with positive mental attitude, lovely night. These are the type of people who want to be around. And this isn't, this is all happening for a reason. This isn't by, honestly, I'm that passionate of what I'm saying here now, that if you believe, you've got to believe, you've got to have faith in everything you do in life. If you don't believe, you don't have faith, nothing will come to you. It's called the law of attraction. That's another thing as well. Anybody who doesn't know about law of attraction, write it down. Get a bit of pen and paper now, write it down, law of attraction. And honestly, guys, it'll transform your life every single day. After I get off this call tonight, when I go to bed, I'll have my AirPods in, I'll say good night to Marie. I've met a new partner now who's, again, unbelievable. So privileged to meet her. I'll give her a kiss. I'll tell her I love her. Go to sleep. Well, put my earphones in and just listen to positive stuff before I go to bed. I don't look at that. I don't watch television. I don't listen to any negative stuff. I don't watch news. I just fill my head with positive stuff all day long. And this is Andy, Nikki, Jim, Dan, Alan, all the guys on here and all the new people on. This is who we need to be around. Honestly, it's awesome. So what I'm going to do just quickly before I leave, I'm going to pass it over to my son, who I'm so proud. I'm so proud to call him my son, and he's actually changed my path in life, because last year I was actually moving away to Cape Verde. I just basically gave up, really. I sold up everything. I sold my house. I sold everything. And he says, Dad, he says, you said you were going to put me through my time, because that was my specialised subject. That's my business, was a gas fitter, plumbing, electrics. And I said, Jack, I'm still best mates with my ex-business partner, and he was going to do it. He says, no, Dad, he says, you're the best, and I want you to teach me everything that you know. So what I've done was set another goal, set another little business up, just me and him, and run around in a little van. I'm so happy, it's unbelievable. And honestly, I couldn't ride around in a van with my dad, because we'd probably end up arguing, but with me and Jack, it's just unbelievable. But Jack is so mature for his age. We don't listen to music in the van. We listen to positive, the Bob Proctor series, everything. So we're filling our minds with positive stuff all day long. And for the last 12 months, Jack has been learning how to trade the Forex. And I'll be honest with you, at 16-year-old, he blows my socks off. We set our trades up. We talk about trades. He's phoned in. We've zoomed over while we're in with Alan. We've gone through things. We've looked at. We're doing our TA. 16-year-old, and people saying, "Oh, do you know what you're doing?" Well, do you know? Yeah, you know what you do. You put the time and effort in. Instead of us watching EastEnders, Coronation Street, Emmerdale, whatever, we put 2 or 3 hours in every single night, watching the Elevate package. We do YouTubes. We talk to each other, and now Dan's part of the group. This is what it's all about now. We're banding ideas off and learn and continue and learn. And I'm going to pass it over to Jack. I'm just going to read a message out what Jack just sent to us before. He says, Dad, text us along the lines of what to say. So you know what I said back to him? No, just everything you say, Jack, just come from the heart. Don't tell lies. Don't be dishonest. Because if you tell lies and you're dishonest, nothing good happens. If you tell the truth and be honest, everything comes to you. And that's what all this group's about. We don't tell lies. We're not dishonest. If anybody's feeling a little bit low in energy, we pick each other up. And that's what it's all about. So I'll stop talking now, Andy Nicky, and I'm getting better than you, Andy, talking now. So I'll hand you over to Jack, and thank you very much. Jack, are you there?
Yeah, hello. It's working. So obviously, I'm not as old as my old lad, so I don't have or Jim, so I don't have these awesome stories. But what I can say is, obviously, I've just left school last May. After I finished my exam and started working with my dad, and then that's when, just around that time, that's when I began to start learning how to trade and that. So I focused on the training, like just the skill of learning how to trade at first, but now I've realised that only a tiny percentage of trading is actually skill. 95% of it is mindset, if not more. And that mindset will be when you enter a trade, when you come out of trade, why am I putting this trade on? And some of the hardest things to do is actually stop trading if you've got good momentum and coming out at 3% up for the day or 2% or whatever. But what's even harder is coming out of the day if you're losing. And that's where people go wrong. If you're 3-4% down for the day, a lot of people will do what's called revenge trading and try and win it all back. And then next thing you know, you're down 20 or 30, and then half your pot's gone. And then you have to do all your hard work all over again. So that's why you've got to learn about your mind and how to control when you're trading. It's the same in the real world. I saw this thing before saying, why is the news free? It's because the government and what have you, it's free because they don't want you to just see what's going on in the world. They want to program your mind and get you to see things and set yourself a limit so you can't take off and own big companies, etc. And after leaving school, when I was still at school, they try and get you to stay on at sixth form and then go to uni. And then after the time, people that go sixth form just end up going to college after it anyways. So they've wasted 2 years of their life going to sixth form doing naught really. So that's why I'm glad that I became part of this community and I've learned another skill as well as getting a trade behind us. But as well as learning the skill, you also meet like-minded people that push you on and make your goals higher and higher and higher. So yeah, that's all I've got to say really. Thanks for having us.
Wow, I'm blown away.
I'm absolutely blown away.
Do you know
honestly.
what, Jack? You're really inspiring, and I want to get my my 10-year-old to come on and listen to you one day. You know, because we're teaching him, you know, just like your dad taught you, and to see the man that you're becoming now. You know, I didn't know you before, but I think if anyone heard you speak like that, they wouldn't say you're 16. They say you've been studying this stuff for years, but it's down to your dad and your environment. And I'm so excited for you and your future. I know what your trading results are. And I think one day, maybe the next few weeks, we'll get you to do special training, just yourself. I think that'd be awesome, and get yourself and your dad to do one as well. So you should be really proud of yourself, mate. You absolutely crushed it. Your mates are probably out just knocking about right now or watching TV, and you're here on a call with like-minded people. So, you know, you're going to be a mega, mega successful person in whatever path you choose, but I know that trading is something you're passionate about,
Yeah.
and you're going to help a lot of people as well, bro. So well done. And Tim, do you know what, mate, bro? You're inspiring. You know, you speak from the heart, and you're completely right with what you said. You know, we are a community. No one on this call is better than any other person. We're exactly the same. We've got different experiences, but the universe has brought us together, whether you like it or not. Tim was talking about the law of attraction. We're going to be doing a call on the law of attraction because it's something which covers a lot of aspects. You know, there's a lot of energy, a lot of vibrations, you know, everything's on, you know, we're going to save that for another time, guys. We'll probably do that next week. But, you know, I just want to end this call tonight, you know, saying that, you know, you're not going to transform overnight, guys. You know, dreaming doesn't happen in one night. Becoming a trader doesn't happen in one night. Growing your mindset doesn't happen in one night, and you don't need to. Just like Jack was saying, you don't need to chase the 4, 5, 6, 7% a day. You know, that's just cheating. You know, you need to be doing things simple and effective and compounding it daily. And I saw a quote the other day that, you know, if you spend 100 hours doing something, a specific skill, whether it's karate, my son's in the back now, and I'll tell you why he's at the back doing karate right now. If you spend 16 minutes a day on a discipline, that discipline could be karate, it could be going to the gym, it could be trading, it could be personal development. If you spend 16 minutes a day, every single day for a year, that's 100 hours, you will be in the top 5%. You'll be in 95, you'll be better than 95% of the world who participates in that discipline. If you want to become one of the top 5% traders in the world, all you need to do is 60 minutes a day and do it consistently and consistently. I said to Tobias today, have you done your 16 minutes today? He said, no. I said, did you do it yesterday? He said, no, because we were out. I said, so what do you need to do? He says, I'm going to do 40 minutes of karate now. So he's in the back right now while we're in this call, kicking with his right leg, kicking with his left leg, punching. There's no opponent, but he's working on that kick, just like Bruce Lee did that kick 1,000 times because he's training for an international karate championship. He's only 10. Dan knows how hard he's been working. And because he's been putting in that time while his friends are on roadblocks, he's now going to be representing Great Britain at 10 years old at karate. And that's simply because of his environment. The people, I hope that we've had something to do with helping him realize what he's capable of. And I just want to thank every single person for jumping on this call because this is the beginning. We're going to be doing this every single week, guys. So get ready. It's not going to be me and Nikki and Tim and Alan and Jim. D-Money Dan is going to be doing one of these calls. Jack's going to be doing one of these calls. Mark's going to be doing one of these calls. Everyone's got something to bring to the community. And then tomorrow, guys, just to let you know, we're going to be talking about our incredible program, Turn Up Tuesday. I'm going to be doing a call, 25 minutes, to talk about the power of Elevate, the skill we're all learning. And if you're not part of this community yet, you'll understand why we're so happy and why we're all having the fun we're having and bringing in those profits daily. Like Tim said, it's not about profits, but we're growing every day as traders and we absolutely love it. So guys, I just want to say thank you so much for jumping on. I've loved every single minute of this. Nikki's not said anything yet. You know, I'm here chatting away. And I said to Nikki, he said, I'm not going to say anything. I don't need to be on. I was like, no, you need to be on because you are an angel. So Nikki, you know, I want you to wrap up the call today.
Oh, great. You know what? I'm absolutely blown away. Absolutely blown away by all of the speakers we've had on today. Jack, you've been incredible, you know, and I just hope that our son turns out to be, you know, to be in a place like you are right now.
He will.
He will actually. Yes. Yeah. I need that. I need to change my language. Thank you. So yeah, a lot of what we say as well is like what the guys were saying is we are pre-programmed. We've got those paradigms and I'm still working on that. Every single one of us needs to work on that daily. We can even be, I mean, at the top of our field, but you know, we're still working on all of these things daily. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. And we're looking forward to seeing you hopefully all on tomorrow's call. It's going to be at 7:30, Turn Up Tuesdays. And then on Sundays, we've got D-Money Dan is going to be marking up some charts for us, forecast of the week.
I know Tim and Alan are excited about that. They're going to participate. So we're going to grow as
Yeah.
traders. We're going to look at some charts. If we've got questions, I'm looking at this chart. I'm looking at this chart. What do you see? We're going to look at the charts together as a community, guys. And if you know anyone that would think would benefit from this community, reach out to them. They can be part of this community. If they're interested in trading, they're interested in building a business, if they're interested in building their mindset and growing in all aspects of their life, this is the community, guys. So let's try and get 20 people on this call next week, yeah, for Monday Mindset. So guys, have an amazing night and have a great day tomorrow. And I'll see you guys on the 7:30 a.m. call to make some more profits, yeah? All right then, guys,
Awesome.
take care.
See you guys.
See you soon.
Bye.